Hey everybody, it's your pal Drew Dracy, longtime anchor for DC, Marvel, Cross-Gen Image, W. What the impetus of this episode was this single issue of Jack of Hearts. It's a 4-issue limited series, came out in 1984. I had it in my spinner rack, and a lot of times I'll have stuff there just for the art, or just for nostalgia purposes. He was created in 1974 by Bill Mantlo and Keith Giffen, and the character was kind of homeless for a long time. He only did a short issue or two in Deadly Hits Kung Fu. Then he fought the Hulk for an issue, and then he teamed up with Iron Man for about a year. He sort of became an apprentice because he didn't know how to be a superhero and how to control his powers and such. And then he finally left. He had enough teachings, I believe, and then had a solo issue of Marvel Premiere that really kicked motherfucking ass. And finally, in 1984, pretty much a decade after he debuted, got his own series. Even though it was a limited one, it was welcome. I love the logo, Jack of Hearts. I love the costume. I know it's garish, and it would seem dated, and I don't think anybody today would really take that seriously. I mean, I would, but, because I grew up with him. Well, Bill Mantlo writer and George Freeman. Now, George Freeman, I think he's Canadian, because I first seen his stuff on Captain Canuck, Richard Connolly's character. What I love about Freeman's work is it's so unique, it's so idiosyncratic. It's you don't know anybody that really draws this way. I could see touches of P. Craig Russell mixed up with this guy's style, and it's just really it's such a grabber. I'm gonna get this one panel I love. Guy melting. It's pretty gruesome. So anyway, Bill wrote this limited series, finally his own limited series, and what happened was at the end of the book, it gives you a sense, total sense of finality, and I don't mean finale. I mean like finality as far as there's not much to go with the character anymore. It would be very hard to try and bring him back. I'll tell you why in a second. Well, I got to thinking about some other characters that Bill Mantlo wrote, including the Mighty Micronauts, which the toy line that owns Micronauts just won't deal with Marvel for a reprint, and it would make both companies a shitload of money. These are Mego, I think. I could be wrong. So you got Butch Guice kicking ass. I think this is his first issue, and it's just exceptional work. Now, the supporting cast for the Micronauts, they usually didn't hang around. It was more like they stayed on Homeworld, where Karza rules, and they do a rebellion bit. But like the Lady Slug, I love. Commander Ram with a beard was really cool. Well, I'll go over that. Well, anyway, you'll see Commander Slug is there, and then Lady Belladonna. She's this wicked old crone who basically goes to the body banks that Karza owns and gets it to a young body. Basically, unwilling organ donors. And these people have been around a long time. I think Slug was in there probably since the first year. So you got really attached to these characters, and they get taken out. And Prince Phaedron, who was not part of the original toy line, he's in love with Slug, and he gets killed by Karza. So the supporting characters are dropping like flies, and Karza is more powerful than ever, and the Micronauts fishtail on out of there with the Endeavor. So it's like, again, it's like there's a new status quo. They don't have any real connections with with any the people that they've known forever that are dead. And same writer, Bill Mantlo, did the same thing in Rom Space Knight. Another 50, a number 50, double size 50th issue. And so Rom originally arrived on Earth in West Virginia, a place called Clareton. Not like Claritin as far as the nasal decongestant. It's Clareton. And he makes first contact with a woman named Brandy Clark, and everyone thinks she's crazy when she mentions him, and she kind of hides him away. Eventually, the town of Clareton, this sleepy little town, they all respect Rom. They're grateful, and they all, have a network to share if there's if somebody spots a dire wraith. Dire wraiths were there since issue 1. Basically, the book was Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They would, as opposed to the Skrulls who show up here, the Skrulls can simulate any figure. Like, if the Human Torch is in the room, he can become the Human Torch too. But these guys are more sinister. They up and kill the people that they're going to assume the bodies of. And somehow Bill Mantlo ties it all together. He says they're like distant cousin type, I don't know, like people, not people, but races. They're connected. Well, here we go. In Clareton, what I liked was like the guy who worked the butcher shop. Also, he knew the library and all that, and they all got in touch with each other. Torpedo, I love Torpedo. I wish I had done stuff with him. He only got 2 issues of Marvel Premiere, but this huge supporting cast of the town, he discovers. He looks through his visor that was specially enhanced to show that these body snatchers / dire wraiths are about to kill him. And he gets it too. So what happened? Again, a huge supporting cast is out of Rom's life, and it was a point of no return. And however, it did escalate the action. I mean, they really went into total war mode with S.H.I.E.L.D. and basically Rom and Brandy Clark, the first gal he ever saw on Earth. She got changed into Starshine. Long story. So it kind of took away whatever would inhibit Rom from wiping away all the dire wraiths 24/7. He enjoyed the company of the people of Clareton, and now he's super pissed. And it really upped the stakes, but I was like, damn it! It's like I love those characters. I mean, it was kind of like what do you call? It was kind of like, wow, I can't think of where. Okay, going back to Jack of Hearts. Well, his power starts to overflow, and he can't stand on Contraxia much longer. He finds out he's an alien, not actually a lab accident. And Marcy Kane, she is a character from a college. She goes to Empire State University with Peter Parker. She was in the Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man series, and she was just another college gal. That's just amazing. Well, what happens is at the end of this issue, the last issue of the miniseries, he gets so overpowered that he can't be around anybody, and he takes off for this outer space. And that ends it there. It's like all 3 of these books, Mantlo says, he just had he just like, I don't know what it was. Between 1982 and 1984, he just had this scorched earth policy, and they were all done in different ways. But I just find it interesting that Mantlo decided to go that way more than a couple times. There might be another comic I'm not thinking of right now. So that's it. You know, sorry if my mouth's all blah, 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 but my mouth is dry, and I think it's the sinuses, and I hope you forgive me and watch some more of my episodes. That's about it. And this episode is sponsored by The Demands, which is a 3-book series about a fictional rock band in Pittsburgh, PA. They play a lot of clubs owned by the Russian mob, and the main character, Lainey, she's dating one of the sons of the main mobster, and things get really ugly. But if you like indie music, if you like good old-fashioned, if you like ugly violence, and coming of age, a little bit of that, and I think you kind of dig it. I check it out. There's previews on Amazon, and that's about it. So, wish all of you well, and have a great day.